I remember being a little kid. I was probably like 5 years old, and I just started drawing cars a lot. I really enjoyed that. My parents had this like old like European car. It was like maybe 5 years old at the time. It was like real sleek looking though, just kind of like different. I loved going in rides in it, and it was probably when I started like realizing how much fun it was to just like ride around in the car. So of all the cars that I've owned, the European ones are usually the ones that really like they just like get under your skin. They're the ones I've really enjoyed having the most. And that's been like a couple of like BMWs and Alphas and the Saabs, and they tend to really be my favorite cars. It's just this intangible satisfaction that you get out of like driving them. They don't feel as like sterile or appliance-like. Something about like the design of them and just kind of the scale and just the little details of them. Something always like really clicked with me. And I remember when I got my first BMW, I remember just like hearing it start up for the first time. And as soon as I heard that straight six start, I'm like, this is it, man. This is what I want. I think I got into Saabs as it kind of came out of nowhere. I remember looking for an Audi Cabriolet and trying to convince my dad to get when I was like 16. You're trying to convince your parents to buy like a more fun car. But we ended up finding this old Saab 900 convertible with the V6 and automatic transmission. It was kind of like arguably one of the worst Saabs ever made, and I fell in love with it. But that kind of got me into Saabs. We had a lot of fun with that. I'd been looking for an SPG like off and on for years, but nothing had really ever come up locally or in my price range, but I was set on buying it. So the Saab 900 SPG was a top spec version of the Saab 900 Turbo. The gist of the car was that it started out with a 900 Turbo, and they gave it a firmer suspension, lowered it a little bit, lower body cladding. The later models had a tuned ECU that gave it a little bit more power. Basically, it had a little bit more performance. The suspension was a little bit sportier, and it had the obvious visual cues. It had the 3-spoke alloy wheels, the plastic body cladding, and they only came with a manual. There were only a few color combinations you could get. They all had leather seats done in this like Scottish bridge of wear, I think it's called, like leather seating, kind of like the Connolly leather they used in Jaguars or something, just like nice top shelf leather. Just a nice, comfortable kind of grand touring car, and be a really sporty experience when you needed it. Yeah, and so this car I found on like Saabnet.com, and all of a sudden I see this car come up, realized it was like exactly what I was looking for. It was up in Rhode Island, so not too far away. I saw the price and I thought, oh, this is gonna be gone already. I gave him a call, left a message, and he called me back later that night, sure enough, and said, look, man, I'm sorry, but that some guy came up and finished the deal with me today. The car's sold. He's gonna be taking it tomorrow or whatever. And I even have another guy from New Jersey who's in line to buy it if this guy drops out. But a couple of days go by and I was sitting at a bar in Philly on like Friday night, and I get a phone call, and it's the guy with the SPG up in Rhode Island, and I go out to take the call, and he says, hey, is this Paul or whatever? And I'm like, no, man, it's Evan. And he's like, oh, I thought I was calling that other guy from New Jersey. Well, the car's for sale again if you want to come and buy it. I'm like, okay. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, this is exactly what I was looking for. I didn't have to test drive it. The test drive just like, drove home what it was.
Hey, how's it going? Okay. We're filming for my YouTube channel. We're doing a little thing about his classic car.
Do a shot with license on?